Hi, this is Jorge Araguez from Katia Home Property, and today we have a special guest here. It's Áron Kostyal. You may know him because of Katia Home. They are related one each other. So what we are going to see today is how a relocation for an entire family can affect the kids. Okay? Welcome.
Thank you very much. Well, as Jorge said, my name is Áron Kostyal. I am 18 years old as of today. However, I came to this beautiful country when I was 7 years old, thanks to my mother. My mother moved here. Honestly, I think she moved here because she wanted to, but this turned out to be a great decision, in my opinion, because it made my whole family grow. It made us a lot stronger. It made us more adaptable to new situations, adverse situations, very fun situations as well.
When you moved here, you were 7 years old. Right now, you are 18 years old.
Yes.
And you have a sister that was
5.
5, and right now is just 16
16, yes.
years old, your mother and father. What are the principal things that affect you when you came here? For example, did you speak English in that moment?
No,
Okay, you are original from?
Hungary.
Okay, so the language is completely different, country is completely different, Europe is another continent and another, and Puerto Vallarta is nice, it's a part of Mexico, but it's in many ways it's a town.
Yes.
So how does those things affect you?
Well, they affected me in the start because, well, my number one concern wasn't the language. I was a child. So my number one concern when I came here was that I wasn't going to have any friends.
Okay.
I was paranoid about it. That was like the number one reason why I didn't want to come. I didn't care about Spanish. I didn't care about the distance. I was afraid because I wasn't going to see my cousins and my friends from kindergarten. So that was the first hardship in Mexico. The next one was obviously the language. So I came here and I don't know exactly why, but I still have pieces of the memory when I was in first grade coming into this new school. I didn't know the culture, I didn't know the language, and I remember I was very much involved. The other kids in my high school as well as the teachers, I think they did a great job at making me feel very welcome.
That is something that Mexicans has, that you will be welcome in all the places that you go. It happens to me also.
Exactly.
And I was not a kid, but I mean, they have that particular thing, which actually it's incredible.
Yes.
So you came here, your mother started working, you started in the school. And what was the first time that you went back to Hungary? How many years it happens that you arrive here then and you go back?
A year later.
Oh.
And I went back for 2 weeks to celebrate my birthday. And it was the best 2 weeks. Not because Hungary is superior or anything. It's just because, you know, I got
friends
to see.
were.
Yeah.
How long it was until you have your own friends here? Do you remember more or less? I mean, you started with another language, you started with new friends, but I mean, how long it takes?
Well, I think I had my first friend in first grade, like in 2013 when I came here. But actually, I had my first few friends, but it was complicated because I remember we didn't communicate very well. So we communicated through Lego.
Later?
No, through Lego video games.
Okay.
And like very basic language. But you know, it was a long time ago. Like I only have pieces of those memories. But I remember.
And
yeah.
obviously, at 7 years old, it was very easy. I understand that it's easy for a kid to learn another language than for an adult. So
Yeah.
it was very easy for you to learn English. I want to suppose. Right now,
Yes.
you speak how many languages?
So theoretically 4. I speak Hungarian, Spanish, English, and I'm getting my B2 diploma in French very soon.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And okay, you came here, you start making friends, you went to the school, you have new friends. One of the things that it was very surprised me because for something that I'm going to tell you after at the end of this video, is I have the opportunity to spend like 2 weeks with Aaron, and seeing how Aaron interact with the people, with the people, with their friends, or the people that he was in this moment. And actually, it's incredible, because you will not understand and you will not say that you are from Europe. I mean, you seems to be Mexican in the way that you communicate with the others one, the language that you use, the way that you use it, that was incredible, and the way that you communicate with them. Right now, if you have to say you are more Mexican, you are Hungarian, how do you feel? Or you feel in a limbo that you don't belong to any of those countries, and you feel very good in both of them?
I used to feel in a limbo. I very much used to feel in a limbo. But recently, I think I'm more Hungarian than I am Mexican. Even though I speak very Mexican-like, even though I come back home and the way I speak, people accuse me of doing drugs because of how I speak in Hungarian. Even though I don't do drugs, I just behave differently. Even Mexican people I've met, one time this entrepreneur, this like 40-something-year-old man told me that I speak very much like a Mexican. I speak too much like a Mexican.
Yes.
He told me that I should learn to speak more formally, maybe more formal Spanish, because, well, not to learn, but to get used to the habit of speaking more formally, because I speak very barrio sometimes.
Well, you speak barrio because it's the time that you have to enjoy yourself. I mean, you are in
Yeah.
an English school most of the time. So when you
Right.
are out of the school, you want to be yourself.
Exactly.
And it's the age that you have. I mean, I don't consider that you have to be more formal in that one. Um, do you think it happens because of the characteristic of Puerto Vallarta? Because I know that it's very nice. We are very close to the beach. I know that you go often to the beach with your family and your dogs and everything. But I mean, do you think? I think that Vallarta has not a lot of variety of things, especially cultural things, to offer. I mean, a lot of nature things, but I mean, not cultural things. Do you think this is one of the reasons that you like more Hungarian, or do you think it's because your genes said that you belongs to there?
I think it's very much so my blood, because you can find plenty of richness in Vallarta as well. If what you're interested in is genuine Mexican heritage, I think you can go to the mountains. You can go into all the beautiful pieces of nature that we have in Vallarta. You can go to, well, I would say you could go to less gentrified areas, and you could see genuine Mexicans. You can see how they behave. You can learn from their ancestral culture.
Let us suppose that a family is coming here, and you pass the experience, you have the experience, and you, another family is coming here, and you want to give them an advice of which are the things that they can protect their children's, or they can help their children's to adapt it faster here. As a kid, when you came here, what are the things that, if those things were different, you will be more happy, or you will adapt it more? Okay. I mean, we cannot bring your friends here, but I mean, what are other things?
Well, I think when I came here, I was 7 years old, right? I had a very nationalistic attitude because my whole family was that way. And I would recommend anyone, regardless of their age, if they come here, I wouldn't recommend them to have that attitude. I think things will be a lot easier for them if they become more receptive, they become more humble towards Mexican culture, or any culture, wherever they are traveling. Yeah. Because, well, it's demonstrated in psychology and in simple human behavior that if you're more receptive to what people have to say, they will not only open up to you more, it will be a lot easier to make new friends.
But do you think it could be because some people decided to go to another country and they don't have an idea for how long they will be there, so they are all the time waiting if they are going to stay or they are going to come back, or even if they make the decision to live over there, they have to change and they have to be more receptive, as you said.
I think people in general should be more receptive,
That's
regardless.
the ideal. That's the idea.
Yeah, regardless of if they are migrants or not. But migrants, immigrants, sorry, have to be especially receptive because they are in a new place. They have to, well, we have to accept that this isn't natural. This can be our home per se, but we have to make an effort to belong here. We have to adapt ourselves.
Even if you are not going to stay for the
Yes.
rest of your life, I mean, but
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
experience is right now and is the only experience that you will take with you.
Exactly. Yes.
You went back to Hungarian like 6 months ago,
6 months.
and you were there for the school, right?
Yes, I spent a semester in a Hungarian high school.
Okay. Where are you going to study right now? Are you going to go back to Hungary, or are you going to stay here? Which are your plans for the future?
So my plans for the future are staying here for a couple of months, finishing some projects, and then going back to Hungary, getting my papers to confirm that I'm a national student, and signing up for for a Hungarian university.
Okay. What are you studying, or where are you going to study?
Filmmaking.
What?
Filmmaking.
Did you make any film already?
Yes.
Which one?
I've made 3 short films, of which one of them was not recognized at all. It was my first short film. The second one was recognized actually it was made here in Mexico, but it's very curious because it was recognized in a Hungarian like high school film competition.
Oh.
And I got this like what's this called? Like this paper of recognition. And one of the directors who signed it later became a celebrated film director in the Venice Film Festival. He won like best film or something. So that was a great honor. And then I had my other film, which I'm very proud of that movie, among other reasons, because it was shown in Tokyo, Japan, and it was shown by the Mexican embassy in Japan on Children's Day. So it was like a sign of the alliance, like the cultural alliance between Japan and Mexico. And I'm very proud of that. Because
Which actually is excellent. You have to be proud because it's
Thank
excellent.
you. Yes, so it's like my movie from a Hungarian guy, well, Hungarian director, right, is being recognized as a social piece that can be used as an example of Mexican culture in a Japanese context. I think that's amazing.
Incredible.
Yes.
Tell me 2 or 3 things that you like from 18 years old boy here, and 3 things that you like from an 18 that try to be different. I mean, 3 different things from a Hungarian and from a Mexican.
Oh. Okay. So, in Mexico, I love the freedom. In general, I think here there's more of an attitude of, well, we do whatever we want, whenever we want.
Okay.
As teenagers, specifically. But I think people in general.
Yes, it's in general.
Yeah. So here, my friends can one day at 2 p.m. they can say, "Hey, I'm coming for you. We're gonna go into the mountains. Get ready." And 15 minutes they are there. In 45 minutes we are in the mountains. We are potentially risking our lives because of many factors, but it's fun. It's the best adventures I've had, honestly. Okay. Another thing I really like, there's a very vivid party life. So there's a lot of tourists, right? But I think Vallarta is, well, it's distinct because of how much, the club life. It's very fun.
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, exactly. And the third thing I would say is the beach and the temperature, because something that Hungarian people will very much be surprised about is that over here I can be like in Christmas, and there's gonna be a party at the beach at night. So that's amazing. I can go whenever I want. I can go wherever I want. I can. It's also a small city, so I have the habit of walking pretty much everywhere I go because I want to, and it's great.
And three things from there?
Three things from there, sorry. Well, I love that Hungarian people, we are very proud of ourselves. I would say we're very stubborn in a good sense, because Hungary historically has been conquered several times by several different empires, and it seems like the language and much of the culture and much of how we behave hasn't been affected. And you know, that has like its good side and bad side, but overall I like that in general Hungarian people are very proud of where they come from. Sorry. So the second thing I really like about Hungary is how close it is to all of Europe. Well, how close it is to other Central European countries. How
distances are very short, so you can visit 3 countries in a couple of hours.
Exactly. Yeah, I've heard stories of how people have gone walking from Budapest to Italy.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that you can.
While you are going to the mountain here.
Yeah. Exactly. I love that you can be so proximate to things, and there's a big sense of security as well. So in Budapest specifically, you can go out at 3 in the morning. You can go almost wherever, and you'll be fine. I can't say the same thing here. Like, yeah.
It depends. But
Vallarta is, for the people that don't know, Vallarta I think is an extremely safe place, but you know, it has its limits. Budapest is almost limitless in the sense that you can go wherever, whenever. And the final thing I really like about Hungary, I have to say, I love Hungarian women. I love it. It's beautiful. They're beautiful.
And they will be waiting for you.
Yeah, I hope. They're, yeah, definitely. They're beautiful, and they speak the same language that my mother taught me, which to me I think it's not necessary, but it's a precious thing, in my opinion. Especially knowing that Hungarian is such a unique, different language to everything else.
It is incredible how you feel proud of your country, how you feel proud of the country that you live right now, and how you can interact in 2 places at the same way and feeling the same. It's unusual. Okay, I think more or less, unless that you want to add something, I think more or less is what you summarize everything that a family that is moving to another country, that it doesn't have to be Mexico. Moving to another country have to try to take care of their kids, or try to make the lives of their kids in the process easier. It's real that you were hidden at the airport because you didn't want to come when you were 7 years old? Somebody told me that.
I think it's very possible. I don't remember.
Well,
I was very scared, extremely scared when I came.
I can imagine that. If an adult feels scared when he's going to another country, I can imagine that for kids it must be very difficult. But on the other side, when you are an adult, you have such a great experience that you are telling us that I think is worth. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing that. Next interview with you will be all about your activity as a director.
Oh, thank you very much. Very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.